Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Storytell Staging Inside the Home Staging TV YouTube channel. I'm your host, Tori Toth. Our guest today has always loved arranging and redesigning spaces to give new life to any dwelling. She received her ASP, which stands for Accredited Staging Professional, and her short-term rental specialist designations from StagedHomes.com University, and has also been featured as an expert in 21 Oak and Apartment Therapy publications. I would love to welcome Mattie Sheppard from Perfectly Pictured Decluttering and Staging Experts. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm loving your fancy background.
Oh, thank you.
So Mattie, first of all, tell us, how long have you been in the staging business, where you're located, and what made you get started?
All right, so I've been in the staging business since 2009 when I didn't really know what it was. I love designing, I love decorating. And I've been in different facets of staging. So, different capacities of staging. I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. I recently moved here last year and I'm loving it. I love the weather here. So I'm really excited. And what got me into starting my own business is that I got tired of someone else controlling the time that I start, controlling when I took lunch, controlling when I, take a break or take a day off. I didn't want anyone to have that.
No days off.
Right. But you know what? But I'm doing something that I absolutely love. So it's not work to me. So I decided, let me start my own business. I did start the home staging business when I was in Portland, Maine. Like I said, I recently moved here last year and I started in Maine. It was called Above and Beyond Home Stagers. And then when I relocated to Florida, I changed the name. I had a partner at one point and we changed the name and we decided to let's go ahead and do this thing. COVID kind of messed me up last year, the last 2 years. So we were like, well, let's try it. And then that partnership didn't work out. So I said, I can do this on my own. No problem. I love giving people the wow factor. So that was another reason why I wanted to start it as well.
Have you found it kind of hard to restart now that you've moved? Because a lot of people are scared that they're tied down, they're tied down to their business in a certain area and are would be reluctant to move. And you took on that challenge. So how's that going?
I took it head on. I said, I'm not going to give up on my dream. And it's a little difficult right now because I'm starting all over. So I'm starting all over with the contacts and the vendors and, getting to know the area. And so everything is just a little difficult. It's a little challenging, but I'm up to the challenge. I'm doing good so far. So I'm still on the right path to reaching my goal by the end of this year. So I'm doing pretty good.
Nice. Okay, so today we are talking about some top reasons to stage a home. And we have couple people on here. So hi everyone for joining us live. And actually NJ Prepper over here in the comments. So before we get to these top reasons, is saying that the realtor is refusing to virtually stage the home. What are your thoughts on virtually staging, Mattie?
I'm not a fan of it. But I've known people who have, who does it. So I prefer going into the actual home and doing it and have someone coming in to see it. They can touch, they can feel, they get a better view of it versus virtually staging. So I'm not a big fan of it, but I know it's out there. People do it. And if someone asks me to do it, I can do it. Not a fan of it though.
Yeah, I mean, the hardest part about virtually staging is that if an actual buyer walks into the property, they still can't visualize it, right? So they can't visualize where their bed should be or where the couch is going to fit. Is all their stuff going to fit in there? And so NJ Prepper also came back with this comment too that says, my home has almost no furniture. All she brought was a couple of fake plants in, which I don't know who brought in some fake plants, but that's not cut it. We would definitely recommend reaching out to a stager if your agent isn't interested in staging. You can go straight to the stager. You don't need an agent to introduce you to one.
That's correct.
Yeah. So yeah, my realtor keeps saying she has to ask her company, yet I get no response. I feel virtually staging is very effective. So I mean, I would suggest that you reach out to a virtual stager in that area and see what happens, or an actual stager who can come in, bring rental furniture in for a short period of time,
Absolutely.
and get that done for you. Okay, let's move on to some of these top reasons. And I love that you brought some photos. So I'm going to add this to our stream here. Oops, I got to go back. So what is like the first top reason why someone should be staging their home, Mattie?
Well, one of the top reasons is that staging sells your homes faster. It's been proven over and over again that staging a home sells faster. As a matter of fact, there are statistics on it. According to the 2019 National Association of Realtors, 83%, get this, 83% buyers agents say that staging makes it easier for the buyers to visualize themselves in that property. So a lot of people, they can walk into a place and, like you stated earlier, they cannot see where anything goes. But if you have that home furnished and staged, they can see themselves exactly in that space. So it's naturally, it has been, statistics has proven that time and time again that staging a home actually works and it sells a home faster.
Now, I'm sure we're going to have some agents watching this, probably even some sellers like, oh, well, the market's awesome right now, right? It's a hot market. We can skip this step.
No, because you know what? If you skip that step, you're skipping out on money. So no matter, although you may have multiple offers, guess what? You're still missing out on money. You're leaving money on the table. You still have to stage so that person can still see themselves in that space and see where they can put everything. And you're not leaving anything on the table. That's important.
Yeah, it's all about those Benjamins, right?
It's all about the Benjamins.
All about Benjamins. Okay, so this is one of the areas that you staged. Tell us a little bit about this picture. What did you do in this particular home?
So in that particular picture, that is an older, like I said, I've been doing this since 2009. So that's the older stage. But what we did was we went in and we staged an apartment. It was a vacant apartment. Went in, staged it. The coordination was so beautifully done. The colors just pops, like that blue, that light blue just pops. And I wish I could have showed you. I wish I would have taken a picture of where the couch is, because it's a beautiful picture over the couch. And so we have the different accessories, the vases, so everything coordinates. And that rental property probably was, after we staged it, I think it took about 3 days before someone actually took the apartment after it was staged. So the other apartments that weren't staged weren't selling. So, and they actually wanted us to come in and stage their own furniture. Could you do it just like you did the model? Sure, no problem. So we went in and we did their apartment as well, similar to the way this one is set up. So yeah.
So this was furniture that you brought in.
Exactly.
Nice. And so that, I mean, a lot of times that's what you're going to have to do in vacant spaces. So it looks lived in and you've got that lifestyle.
Right. You want it to be lived in. You want it to look like, oh, this is something you would want to move into, versus not having anything in there or just a few pieces and make it look drab.
Exactly.
You want some life.
Yeah. We've got to direct the eye, right? Exactly. So then you've given me some beds here. I've got like a bug in my face. So
that's the same house. That's the same apartment. That's a master bedroom. And we just carried the blue on into.
Did you freeze on us?
The bedroom space going, but actually, there we go. Yeah, we just carried the colors over, the brown and the blue theme. We just carried it over from room to room, and it just worked out beautifully. They got a lot of tenants that want to come in and, oh, who did this? And can we get this done? And can I have this apartment? Like, particular apartment. Like, no, that's a model apartment. But we know someone that can come in and, give you the hookup.
But it's really important to have like a whole kind of theme, and you had a color theme and kind of a way for all of the rooms, even though they're separate, to come together.
Right. Exactly. You want some kind of cohesiveness from room to room. So you try to bring in different elements to just carry on that theme.
Gotcha. And then what about this bedroom here?
Oh, that's a beautiful bedroom. It was really huge. It's another master bedroom. This particular client of mine, she just moved into this beautiful house, and she wanted us to stage the entire house. So I gave you this picture because it's one of my favorites. And it didn't cost that much to get this room done at all because she already had her own things, which is perfect. All I had to do was just put it together, stage it, and voila, these are the results of it.
It looks great. So another reason, what is another reason to stage a home?
So another reason would be to increase the value of the home. So by staging the home, you also increase that value. Not only does it sell faster, but it will give you a higher return rate. So if you had an appraiser to come in to look at that property versus it not being staged, they're going to appraise it at a higher value. Mm-hmm. So whenever you get, for instance, if you get a house appraised, you have to stage your house, remove all the personal effects from it because you want them to appraise it high.
Exactly. Which we have this mess.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Did you do this? You did this before and after?
I did the before and after. So I just recently did this one last weekend. So I also declutter as well, declutter and organize. And this particular client, she's a sweetheart, but she has tons and tons and tons of clothes and shoes. She just moved into her apartment or her house and she downsized. But she didn't downsize the clothing or her shoes. She has over 200 pair of shoes. So I have to go next weekend to do that, to finish up there because she's out of town. But I did get her closet done and it was an amazing transformation. Oh my gosh. She has clothes in there that still have tags on it.
Oh my goodness. But I think
you can come in here and shop.
People can come to your closet to go shopping. I love it.
And literally in shop. But this was her actual closet. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say this is her actual closet. This is how it was when I went in to do the consultation. And she was like, I just need help. I don't have time. I work from home. I have the kids and I have no time to organize anything. And it's just too much. She felt overwhelmed. She felt stressed. She couldn't think straight. I'm like, I'm here for you. I got you. Don't worry about it. I got this. So yeah.
Well, I think it's super important too that, this is probably chaos that's in her head too, that she can't, run away from. So when you have an organized space, it makes it easier. And of course, that's another reason to stage a home. If you have clutter, people can't kind of see past it, right?
Exactly. So when you definitely stage your home, you cannot see past, a lot of people cannot see past what's in front of their eyes. So once you declutter that, the whole world opens up. You can think freely, you can see beyond things, So this is another one.
Yeah, I mean, this is another one too. I mean, it's not only inside, it's also outside, correct? Because someone's buying your entire property.
Right. Exactly. And, it was a small shed. It wasn't that big of a shed. They didn't want to get rid of anything. So it's like, okay, we need some bins. I know how to do this. We need some bins. So the customer, they, purchased, they went out and got some bins and we labeled them and stacked them up nicely. Now you can actually walk in and see what's there.
Yeah, and I love that you have the clear bins so they can actually see what's in the bin and not just make it a mess again. And then even the bin is labeled.
Correct. That's awesome. Easy. Whenever you're decluttering, you always want to be able to see what's inside a box or inside something. So that I would recommend the clear bins wholeheartedly, or something that's able for you to look over. If you can look into it, if you're doing like a pantry, be able to look inside or look at it from the frontal view so you can see what's in there without making a mess again.
Exactly, because you're in there digging for something and it just turns into a mess all over again.
Exactly.
What other reasons do you have to share to stage a home?
Yeah, so staging properties they're more favored by realtors. Realtors know that stage homes are professional and they have a higher conversion rate. So that's another one. Another one would be stage homes look better, a lot better than those that are not staged. So can you imagine if you're looking at a stage home and you're like, wow, I can see myself here. But if you're looking at a house that's not staged and that's cluttered, you're going to bypass that because you can't see where your stuff can go. You can't see anything because you just see what's in front of you. It's just too much.
It is definitely too much. And we've got some comments over here too. Looks fantastic. Talk about a transformation. Hey, Malik. Awesome. And NJ, I would recommend that you email me and I will try and put you in touch with a stager as well as potentially a new agent so you can get what your home is worth. And so I'll put that in there in the comments as well. We do have one more slide, and I think it's a super important one too, to make sure that you focus on the exterior of your house. I think that's another reason to stage, right?
Absolutely. So you want to focus not just the inside, but the outside. So this was like a little paradise, a little retreat. So this was really fun doing. It was beautiful outside that day. This is the customer supplies. And all I did was just come in, put up the tent, do something really different with the curtains there, and just added the furniture and the rug. And she absolutely loved it. It was beautiful, beautiful.
All you're missing is all you're missing is a little cocktail there or some tea.
Exactly. Okay, tea, that's what you call it.
Yeah. And I think that's the most important, the most important reason of all is that we are creating this lifestyle and the buyer has to feel that walking through the door because they buy based off of their emotions.
Exactly.
And so that's where the accessories come in and how you actually do those vignettes and stuff. So talk a little bit about that, like how you do that in your business.
So the vignettes, I love doing those. It's just a cluster of maybe like 3 or 4 items. You don't want to have too many items on a table or on a display because it starts to look crowded. But do something like this, get like a little vase with some flowers, and then on the other side of this picture is a wine glass and a pitcher that gives you the illusion of that you can pour some wine or your favorite cocktail and just relax. So that's one of my favorites there. I love doing those.
Yeah,
it just gives them another element.
Yeah, it's getting them to just recall that moment that they can relax or enjoy this space the way that they're enjoying their current space or the way that they want to live.
Exactly.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for sharing all your wisdom today and your pictures and your advice. I love it. Mattie, if people want to learn more about you, where should they go?
So they could go to www.ppdse. So that's perfectly pictured decluttering and staging experts.com. I shortened it for everyone. Or you can give me a call at 904-383-6441.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining us live. And again, make sure that you reach out to Mattie if you have any questions. Show her some love. Go like her over on social media, and let her know that you found her from this channel right here, Mattie. I want to thank you so much again for all of your knowledge.
Thank you.
And yeah, guys, we will see you next time. Mattie, you can stay right there. Bye, guys.
Okay.